Office of Insular Affairs is now taking applications for their Coral Reef and Natural Resources Initiative grants for FY 2022. The Guam Department of Agriculture has applied for the federal funding in the past, which addressed aquatic invasive species and plants. The funding is now expanded to terrestrial invasive species and animals. DOAG Director Chelsea Munia-Brett.
What we have considered and want to use this funding opportunity for is to apply for or use projects that will address stray feral dogs, but also feral pigs, which have become a danger and nuisance in our communities and our jungles and our conservation areas.
Mayors have expressed concerns over the growing number of feral pigs and the damage they cause through attacking agricultural areas and farms. The overgrowth is also causing an imbalance in Guam's coral ecosystems.
It's both deer and pigs, but specifically the pigs will eat and uproot new tree growth and plants whose roots hold together the soil. So because we've had such an overgrowth of feral pigs and deer, which are called together as a group ungulate, they're eating all of these new tree growth and new plants and whatever fruit-bearing plants and trees are also growing in the jungle. So now there's less trees holding the soil together. So every time we have a heavy rain, all of that soil is washed into the rivers and then out into the ocean. So those are those big mud plumes that you see in the water.
The mud plumes block sunlight from the live coral, causing soil and sediment to settle on top, eventually suffocating and killing the reefs. She describes DOAG's plan to control the pig population.
I want to work with USDA to identify the kinds of roundup pens that they're using and then apply for funding to purchase several of those to work with mayors and set these up in the jungle.
Government agencies, education institutions, and nonprofit organizations whose grant proposals directly benefit the U.S. territories of American Samoa, Guam, the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, and the U.S. Virgin Islands, as well as the freely associated states, the Federated States of Micronesia, the Republic of the Marshall Islands, and the Republic of Palau may apply for the grant funding.
Collaboratively, we all have our individual conservation restoration projects for conservation areas, but we also have collaborative projects that we work together on too. So we're kind of attacking it from the same problem from different angles, but doing very similar work.
Munia-Brett acknowledged the Leon Guerrero administration, who she says have pushed DOAG to find solutions to resolve the issue. Interested applicants can visit grants.org for more information. The deadline for submission is April 1st, 2022. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Tyler Matanani.
All right, good job, Ty. Also in our rundown, in efforts to meet the demand for the island's growing drone industry, the University of Guam and NASA collaborated to create a team of FAA-certified pilots. With more on this rather awesome program is KUAM's Isaiah Uggin.
There were 12 University of Guam students who passed the Federal Aviation Administration, also known as the FAA exam this semester, and now are obtaining flight hours through simulator training, internships, and missions assisting local researchers and agencies. Throughout the program sessions and training workshops, students learned about drone components and proper storage, drone operations and mechanics, various flight conditions, appropriate times and locations for flights, types of flight zones, remote-to-drone signals, and more. Dr. Leslie Aquino, the Executive Director of NASA Guam EPSCoR at UOG, says the first-time program turnout was great.
We were just really excited and really pleased at how well the students did after the knowledge portion. We had some who took it right after the course ended and they passed with flying colors.
The UOG Drone Course is the institution's first drone certification and training program for undergraduate and graduate students, staff, and faculty, which is focused on increasing education and awareness of drone technology through responsible use. It launched in April 2021 and aims to build technical capacity by creating a cadre of FAA-licensed, informed, and responsible pilots through knowledge courses, training workshops, and hands-on flying opportunities. After being accepted into the program, participants must complete a 3-week preparatory knowledge course. Then students schedule their FAA Part 107B certification exam, which grants successful members a 2-year remote pilot license necessary to safely fly drones through Guam skies. Dr. Aquino shared with KUAM News the type of job opportunities that are out there for those who are FAA certified.
anything requiring a licensed drone operator. So for us within academia, like at UOG, we could certainly use people with that expertise for our research projects requiring different types of imagery. So things like maybe we need thermal, infrared imagery. That might be something where we could hire a student or a graduate with those skills. But in the private industry, as Romina was saying, we've got several drone companies here on island who have missions that they do, that they conduct, and those would be things that our students could they could get hired there, either part-time or full-time, depending on what's available, and assist with things like taking commercial photography or commercial videography.
Now with their licenses, the students are expected to fulfill 40 hours of flight time through simulator training, internships, and missions, providing aid to UOG researchers, local government agencies, or nonprofit organizations. The hands-on experience equips the students when entering the workforce with the ability to incorporate drone technology in various sectors of the economy, including construction, environmental mapping, infrastructure inspection, and emergency services. Applications for the next Drone Corps cohort are expected to open in May 2022. The first cohort was restricted to just UOG students and employees. However, in the second cohort, priority will be given to UOG students and employees. If there are any additional slots, they will open them up to the Guam Community College students, GovGuam agencies, and the general public. Some requirements to join the program include being a U.S. citizen and 18 years of age or older. For more information, contact Keanu Fastu, Communications Coordinator of NASA Guam Space Grant, at FAUSTOK 9679 at triton.uog.edu. Reporting for Guam's News Network, Guahusiasia Agan.
Also on this holiday, take your family photos on a ride a carabao for just $3 throughout the holiday season at the Electric Winter Wonderland downtown in the island's capital of Hagåtña. This holiday season, Marquin Careta and Carabao Rides and Services, which has been in operation since 1994, invites the community to ride its beautiful carabaos and take a group photo with friends and family safely at Skinner Plaza in Hagåtña from 6:30 to 9:30 at night. Owner John Ray Uggan of Marquin Careta and Carabao, who's been giving rides for nearly 3 decades, shared with us what patrons can expect.
Today was an awesome day. We had visitors from Oak Island, especially grandparents are visiting their families here. And one of the things that we generously given the opportunity of them is to have their family photo. We're affording you the opportunity to get your Christmas photos, so come down dressed.
The rides will continue to operate at Skinner Plaza until January 8th, again from 6:30 in the evening and going until about 9:30 at night, except on Christmas, of course, and the New Year's holidays. You can also catch the family-friendly business at Valley of the Lati in the morning from Wednesdays through Sundays. Well, we have another delightful island holiday story now as we introduce you to the newest Guam residents, Nenny Girl Anna and Nenny Boy Juan, 2 characters in a local children's book that are already inspiring members of the community to gift the give of giving. Once again, here's Tyler Matanani.
Dr. Anita Borja Enriquez is the author of Nenny Girl from Agate, Guam, a children's book that tells the story of growing up in the village of Hagit.
Some of the places that we would visit and certainly experience with others, surrounded by love. So there's a little bit of the heritage embedded in the stories.
Nenny Girl was brought to life thanks to the help of local artist Siana Yanger, who illustrated the book. But that's not all. Dr. Enriquez also sought out the creativity of another local artist, Kaiolani Lujan, who helped create the 2 character plushies, Nenny Girl Anna and Nenny Boy Juan. The set is perfect for not just the young, but the young at heart.
I've given the book to my 89-year-old Nina, our godmother. She just held on to both dolls, and I read the book to her, and she absolutely loved it. And one other colleague of mine, her, I think, 101-year-old or 99-year-old mother, she showed her the 2 plushies, and she immediately grabbed the Anna doll and slept with the Anna doll.
The books and plushies have already received widespread community support and have inspired members of the community to give back to those most in need. Businessman and philanthropist Tom Tahadzi, along with BT International and Guam Music Inc., made a generous donation of the books and dolls to the island's foster children.
It's something that I really feel that the kids really do need during this trying time. Everyone is going through challenges. Just making that one small difference means a lot to them.
Tahadzi is a godfather for several foster children and has a passion for offering care to those most in need.
It's how we were brought up. My mother has always installed with her kids, that, we have to help out people.
Tahadzi will continue to give more donations from now until New Year's. To purchase your Nanny Girl book and plush, visit guam-treasures.com. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Tyler Matanani.
Well, the island's probably smallest but certainly most adorable little baker, Kiki Leon Guerrero, is back, and she shares with you another one of her holiday recipes. Tonight, she fiddling shows you how to make hot cocoa cookies.
Merry Christmas, welcome to Baking with Kiki. Today we are going to be making a very festive treat. It is hot cocoa cookies. The ingredients you'll be needing for this is 2 eggs, white sugar, you'll be needing vanilla extract, sprinkles, super moist chocolate, cake batter, we'll need brown sugar, we'll need butter, and marshmallows. First step we are going to do is we are going to put our cake mix. Then we are going to put vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon. Then we are going to put 1/4 of a cup into our bowl for brown sugar. Next we are going to put a whole block of butter. Then we are going to crack 2 eggs. Make sure you don't get any shell in there. Now that I put my ingredients, after this step, I'm going to mix it. And this is a very easy recipe, so if you want to do it, it's very easy. Basically, everybody has these ingredients at home. I had my mommy put in the big mixer because it was kind of hard to mix. Then I have her put it to 5 to 10 minutes in the freezer so it can get a little thicker. The next step we are going to be doing is we're going to be making it into little balls, putting it in here. Make sure you don't touch it because it's kind of sticky. And then once you roll it in here, you're allowed to touch it because that's when it's not that sticky. And then once you're done, you can roll it in maybe, and then you can take it out and put it into a bowl. And you're just going to keep repeating and repeating until the batter's done. And then you're just going to keep repeating, and repeating. All again, just make sure you keep doing it good and nicely. Now I took it out of the oven. My mom got it out for me, and 3 minutes before it's done, I'm gonna put marshmallows on it so the marshmallows can melt. So we cut the little marshmallows into we just took each marshmallow and cut it down into tiny little thin marshmallows. Make sure you don't touch the pan because when it comes out of the oven, it's going to be really hot and you can burn yourself really bad. So you have to make sure you ask parents' help. Now we are going to put it inside of the oven for 2 minutes. Now that my mommy took it out, be careful because it's very hot. You don't want to touch the pan. We are going to sprinkle any Christmas sprinkle on top of it before it dries. Because if it dries, then it won't stick. Make sure you put a little bit I'm putting just a little bit and sometimes a lot. That's how you make hot cocoa cookies. The bottom is chocolate and the top is marshmallow. Sometimes I like to add sprinkles into my hot cocoa. Thanks for baking with Kiki. Goodbye, Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Kiki. And what you didn't see is Kiki actually made a batch just for us here at KUAM. We had them at our Christmas luncheon like the other day. They're absolutely delicious. Go on our YouTube channel, find the recipe, make some for yourself, make some for your family. They are absolutely great. Thank you, Kiki, once again. And please stay tuned because your Christmas Day edition of Primetime continues right after this.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Welcome back. Our feature profile for this week's KUAM Culture Club is singer-songwriter Pedro Blas.
Culture Club, brought to you by Hanum, the freshest bottled water made in Guam.
Afade Guam si Pedro Blas. I currently work at the University of Guam Mark Library under the UOG Press. Jangin tayo gi setso, gagito sampu di lansu. I sing and write Chamorro music, and I think my passion for all of that originally just stems from growing up in a very Chamorro environment. I grew up with my dad, taking me to the ranch and all of that stuff, and teaching me how to farm. And I guess over time too, I've started to develop that passion for myself without feeling like a force to have to do it or anything. But writing music and music in general, that's always just been a part of me, always loved Chamorro music. And when I finally learned how to speak Chamorro, I started to try writing music in Chamorro. And I think I wouldn't even have wanted to learn Chamorro had I not been brought up in the Lancho environment, like the one that my dad had raised me in. I think my earliest memory was even messing around with the pigs, with my dad. So yeah, probably ever since I was a baby, I've been around animals, and my dad speaking to my grandparents in Chamorro and all of that. So very much submerged in the culture, always trying Chamorro food and all of that. So yeah, up to now, 24 years old, and like I said, instead of going to the ranch and seeing that as like a chore or anything like that, I've eventually developed the passion to just do it recreationally, As far as singing Chamorro music, that as well, it gives you pride too, to be Chamorro in general, no matter which island in the Marianas you're from. Because, we grow up listening to Chamorro music and, the classics, J.D. Crutch, KC, and all of that. And to be able to write music and kind of have the ear of the newer generation, and just to throw a little more genres into the mix of what Chamorro music is, man, it's incredible too, you know, to know that you can do cool stuff like that. And people who don't even know Chamorro but like a certain sound of music, they'll attach to it. To be a Lancheru, I think definitely anybody can do it, and the only thing that it starts with is the person themselves, you know. No matter what your limits are, no access to land or anything, I believe that if you have that certain drive in you, something will make you do something to somewhat coincide with what it is to be a Lancheru, right? Writing Chamorro music, you know, that's something that, you know, will take a lot more time and effort, you know, because you have to learn the whole language, and it doesn't only stem from Chamorro music, you know, you got to know how to incorporate, I guess, other styles of music and then your own creativity into it too. So once you develop that, you know, certain creativity for the type of music you want to sing, and you learn the Chamorro language, man, it kind of just meshes together. So I guess you just have to work into, you know, learning the language. And if you can already speak Chamorro, I think, man, you can write a Chamorro song easy, you know. So I think that for the next generation, or this current generation, to have that idea that, you know, are we doing enough shouldn't even be a question to us. I believe that there's never enough culture to practice, because I think that when we say that, okay, we're doing enough, that, you know, stops us from being motivated to want to learn more. And yeah, so I think that we can definitely do more as far as cultural practices. However, at the same time, I believe that to each Chamorro who does even just a little bit of cultural stuff in their life, if that's enough to them, then I think ultimately that should be what matters, because I think we just want our people to be content, you know, with themselves. And once you start to be content with yourself, then before you know it, you don't think of practicing your culture to be a struggle, you know, or am I doing enough of it, because we just end up doing it, you know.
Culture Club, brought to you by Hanum, the freshest bottled water made in Guam.
We have your weekend sports roundup coming up after the break.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replay, and I'll be around. Whoa, you can count on me, count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
KUAM News, in partnership with the Guam Visitors Bureau, brings you the Guam Safe and WTTC Safe Travel Certified Program Showcase. Look out for this powerful symbol for visitors, island residents, and industry workers alike, as it represents establishments with a consistent global commitment to safety practices. Stamped with approval by the Guam Visitors Bureau and the World Travel Tourism Council. Every Monday on KUAM News will feature a different local business who's taken the Safe Guam and Safe Travels pledge to maintain health and safety standards to get Guam back on track. Log on to visitguam.com to see how your business can receive the designation, what businesses in our community are Guam Safe certified, and have the WTTC Safe Travel certified.
KUAM Sports Weekend Roundup is brought to you by Gatorade. Greatness starts with G.
Let's recap this year's Uproar Slay Games from Custom Fitness, brought to you by Coors Light, Clutch Guam, and KUAM Sports.
Everyone had a great time. I think the audience, the spectators, the athletes themselves, it was such a great time.
I love the environment, man. It's like, it doesn't matter what gym you come from, everyone's cheering you on, and it just gives you all that energy to just try your best all the time, man.
I enjoy the teams out here. Everyone was super friendly, trying to cheer each other on, and it feels like home, you know?
McDonald's High School Basketball Classic at the Jungle. ND and Ukudu lacing up. Jason Santos showing his range with the corner three for the Royals. ND trying to attack the paint. Ball gets stripped by Pizzo or Richiro. Kick out pass to Jose Suarez, who pulls up for the deep ball. Orichiro was cooking it up, dishing dimes. Drew Quito was eating. Pull-up jumper is money. Bulldogs with the lead in the second half. Santiago dribbles left and decides to pull up for the long two. Hits the shot from up top. Ukudu pulls off the win behind Jose Suarez, who led the way with 11 points. Warriors and Islanders hitting the court for their anticipated matchup. St. Paul's Rue Ventura cleaning up around the rim with the putback. Kirsten Guzman to the cutting Carl Vinca for the easy two. St. Paul led 36-27 after 3 quarters of play. Jacob Miranda hits the corner three. Mark Morales answers with the three for JFK. Islanders trailed 38-32 with 4:23 left on the clock. Josiah Quintanilla draining the long two here. Big man Christian Guzman showing his passing skills. Nice assist to Vinca for the basket and the foul. JFK tied the game at 38 with under 2 minutes left in regulation. The game went into overtime with the game tied at 40. Guzman and Vinca took over in OT. Christian Guzman finished with 17 points as the Islanders held on for the win 57-47. Carl Vinca chipped in with a team-high 23 points. It was raining in the Jungle as the Academy Cougars and Ukudu Bulldogs stepped onto the court for the McDonald's High School Basketball Classic. Both teams exchanging bucket for bucket from the outside. Cougars player Victoria Rapadas buries the deep ball. Alea Fontanilla gets to the rim for Ukudu. Anika Almario left open in the corner. She makes the defense pay for not coming out to defend. Bulldogs attacking the basket for more high percentage shots as they started to pull away late in the game. Inside, back, outside, corner threes dropping from both sides. Fontanilla going back to the rack for another score. Rapadas turns down the long ball and drives to the basket, going window for the lay-in. No look pass by Alea. You fancy, huh? Nice assist for another Bulldog score. Amaya Fontanilla pulls up from the outside. Swagger! She's money, dapping it up for the assist. Rapadas misses on the first attempt, follows up on a shot and gets the putback to go. Bulldogs get the W, 59-45. In the second game of the night, it was the St. Paul Warriors winning 65-18 over the Harvest Christian Academy Eagles. Action resumes tonight in the boys varsity division between the JFK Islanders and Ukudu Bulldogs at 6:45. Programming news now. You know we got you covered for all your NFL action. Monday, December 27th on the stations of KUAM. 4 in the morning, NFL on CBS, KUAM TV 11, Buffalo Bills at New England Patriots. Keep it locked to KUAM TV 11, 7:25 in the morning. More NFL on CBS, Pittsburgh Steelers at Kansas City Chiefs. Change the channel over to KUAM TV 8 at 11:20 in the morning. NBC Sunday Night Football, Washington football team at Dallas Cowboys.
KUAM Sports Weekend Roundup is brought to you by Gatorade. Greatness starts with G.
The all-new Hyundai Tucson.
The holidays are here, and you know what that means. Time to gather with family and friends, dress up our homes, and explore the Christmas season in paradise. Why not share these moments for a chance to win $100 in cash? Log on to visitguam.com/Instaguam today to participate in the Guam Visitors Bureau's #InstaGuam photo and video contest. A winner will be chosen every week, so share your best holiday moments now and win. Brought to you by GVB, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit.
And now, something I've been waiting all year to say, your Christmas Day edition of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
All right, this is an extra special birthday because happy birthday on December 25th to Jesus Espinosa Sablan. I believe there was another Jesus that was born on this day as well. Happy birthday blessings to you and wishing you many more Christmas birthdays. Much love and happiness to you today and always from your wife, children, grand and great-grandchildren, and all your familia near and far. And on Sunday, the day after Christmas, or as we like to call it here in the islands, Christmas in the mainland, Tanya Cruz. Happy birthday to you, Tanya. Enjoy your special day. We love you, says your Barragana family. And also born on December 26th, our own social media maestro, Ken Nicholas. Happy birthday, Ken, from all your family at KUAM, from Lonnie, and from Archer.
All right, it goes without saying, if you are born on December 25th, you share in some pretty good company. So happy birthday to you if today is your birthday, and Merry Christmas to each and every one of everybody watching this around the world. We hope you have a safe holiday. Please be well and take care, everybody. Thanks you so much for watching. Good night.